delicious.
Hey everyone, Tim Norris here, aka GreyElephant, and welcome to a quick review by GreyElephant Gaming. Hey, before we get started, do me a favor and smash that like. It helps us show up in recommendations so other people can find our channel. I appreciate your support, as usual. Alright, Gizmos. I purchased this one about 6 months or so ago, and I've played it probably about a dozen times. Let's head over to Board Game Geek. Let's see where this game falls, rates, blah, blah, blah. Let's type in Gizmos. We see the full credits. The designer is Phil Walker Harding, and there is a plethora of artists. We see that it has 3.4 thousand ratings. Wow, 3.4 thousand people have rated this game for an average of 7.5. If we round that up to an 8, we will see that this game is very good, enjoy playing, and would suggest it. It plays 2 to 4 players in roughly an hour, and it has a light rating difficulty. Fans of this game have also liked Century Spice Road, Azul Stained Glass, Reef, Between Two Cities of Mad King Ludwig, Sangrada, and Century Eastern Wonders. So if you own any of those games, there's a possibility there is a correlation to this one, so you may like this one as well. In fact, out of all of those, I have played 4 of them. I've played 4 of those 6. So I don't see any similarities between them, but at the same time, they are definitely of that same level of difficulty. So, into my opinion of this game and what I have thought of Gizmos, well, I think it's a really good tableau building game with lots of varieties of powers that you get to exploit. I really like the variety of the machines in the game, and you can win in several different ways. And it feels like you're always pressed to maximize your actions so not to fall behind, but of course that could also be considered somewhat of a negative, because if you make too many mistakes, it seems like you can't really ever overcome those mistakes, and you will be left in the dust. This is somewhat of a racing game, but at the same time, whoever gets the 16 gizmos built at the bottom doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to win. It is whoever plays the smartest is typically going to win. There are some machines that are going to give you better abilities to be able to maximize your victory points. If you go for the bigger ones, I mean, you obviously are going to get big points for those. If you just build a bunch of smaller ones, though, you know, you're going to have to make sure that you can make up the number of those versus those big machines. I'm not sure if you quite understand what I mean, but if you build a level 3 machine, I mean, you're going to get maybe up to 8 victory points for that machine. So that would take you 8 of the smaller machines to build just to match that. That's what I'm getting at. So it does matter who plays the smartest, but you also got to make sure you grab the right machine so that you're trying to create like this machine, this system, so that whenever you're taking actions, you can take multiples of those actions so that you're gaining as much as you possibly can for every turn. So maximize those turns. So the biggest complaint that I have of this game is probably this little bad boy here, the little marble dispenser. This is similar to the one that is in Potion Explosion, and what I have found is that the marbles will get continuously stuck here, and they won't keep rolling out into the energy dispenser area here, so that you can select one of your 6. So you got to keep fiddling around to get them to come out. Well, the problem with that is that if you look underneath here, they can actually fall out underneath, and then they hit the table, but you don't even realize as you're playing the game that they've fallen out and hit the table. And in a game where, you know, like every color is significant because you may need a certain color like a yellow or a red to be able to build your machines, well, I mean, if you pull this up and there's 2 or 3 colors sitting down underneath this at the end of the game because you didn't realize they had fallen out, that can affect the game. Not majorly, okay? But a small significant change in the gameplay could be affected because these marbles will not stay in this dispenser. It almost would have been better if they could have possibly made this to where it had the edges that actually connected to the bottom up here so that the marbles could not fall off. But they do, and it is a little frustrating, and I would say that's probably my biggest complaint of the game is this. I know in Potion Explosion they switched to a plastic one, and possibly that's just a better design. I don't know. I feel like this one could probably use that same attention, that same upgrade to try to prevent that from happening. Or if somebody has come up with maybe a 3D design, I think you could possibly make some money by selling that so that people could try to make one of their own, you know, with one of the 3D printers. Anyways, however, with that small issue, it's not enough for me. It's a small consolation for what I consider an otherwise pretty fantastic game. I've played it, like I said, at least a dozen times, and every time I've played it, I mean, I really enjoy trying to create my tableau and trying to make these combos that just ping off of each other and really try to exploit the one that you're really starting to get, you know, a lot of victory points or a lot of actions from, and just over and over and over and pounding that one so that you could try to not necessarily race at the end of the game, but just try to, you know, like I said, you want to take multiple actions for every turn you take, just multiple actions so that you're getting as many marbles as you can and you're really trying to stack it up. 2-player scales well from 2 all the way up to 4. I feel like that this is one of those games that no matter how many people you play with, it plays very good. It plays very smooth, and I have enjoyed it. Like I said, every game I've played. There could be times when you get a little frustrated because you need certain cards or you need certain energy to come out. It's just not coming out. But other than that, I mean, that's, once again, a small consolation for what I feel like is overall solid game. Feels like it could already use an expansion, and I would think the expansion, if they did come out with it, I would like to have variable starting player actions. So everybody at the start of this one starts with that one file card that they put underneath there. But what I think would be neat is if we could actually expand upon that so that every player could actually have like a variety of different starting powers, you know, and then that could create, you know, well, more variety, more replay. The other thing would be neat would be if there's a possibility of creating goals. And what I mean by that is that like maybe you had a goal at the beginning of the game that was kept secret, that if you win the game with the most yellow machines built, you get like a bonus 10 victory points or something. That could be really fun as well. Or maybe it's just continuous where everybody has theirs face up, and then like if you made a goal, you can, you know, grab another goal, kind of like Ticket to Ride. Like if you complete a route, you know, or the destination tickets, you could just keep getting more destination tickets, and you could try to, you know, try to complete as many of those bonus secret goals as you possibly, or not secret, you know, or everybody sees them, but you could create those. So that'd just be one little extra thing that you could try to focus on versus only building just machines. You build machines for a purpose towards the goals. So with that said though, there's enough in here to keep me entertained. I played it, like I said, a dozen times. I could play it a dozen more times, and I mean, truthfully, I wouldn't get tired of it even then. So for the price range, definitely a keeper. Like I said, I bought this one myself, and very, very happy I purchased this. It's going to stay in my collection. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to see this game in action, well, that's good, because I have a playthrough that I did that's going to demonstrate this game, you know, all the rules and everything, so that you get a great understanding of exactly what you're trying to look into and what you're going to purchase here. But it is a game I definitely recommend. Do me a favor, smash that like button like I said earlier in the video, and as usual, I appreciate you guys. Your support is awesome. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.